Please be advised that this episode does contain discussions around abuse and mental health.
I know, I did.
Oh my God. You had one job.
One job.
One job.
One job.
All right, John, let's do it again.
Ready?
Yep, let's go.
All right. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Let's Rap About It podcast. Welcome back for week 2, episode 2. I'm Jonathan.
Kelvin.
Rika,
And Mika.
All right, guys. How was you guys this week?
it was cold.
How you like it on Monday through Friday?
Freezing.
For sure.
Okay, so this is my first week of going Monday through Friday. I have not worked a Monday through Friday job in probably about 13 years. It's been a long time. And
Wow.
Ooh.
I'm already panicking for Sunday night, thinking I have to do this all over again. So
Join
for
the
people-
rest of us.
I know, for people that
Exactly.
don't know, I typically work 7 days on, 7 days off.
My week was good. I was actually on vacation this week. When you're off from work, the time goes by so
So-
fast.
Hello.
What
You know
happened?
No, for sure. For
I
sure.
blink
Blink and it's
and
gone.
the
It's
week is
gone.
over.
Over with.
All I want to do is lay down.
Take a nap.
Oh, lay down. That's all I want to do is take a nap, and I can't even do that.
Oh, I'm gonna fit a nap in, okay?
I mean, but the naps don't be long enough. It's like drop Ari off at daycare, come home, take a nap. It's 4 o'clock. I mean,
That
yeah.
that sounds accurate.
I need to retire early. I need to find a way to retire by the time I'm at least 45. So that's not gonna
How old are
happen.
you now?
41.
Well,
How was your week, John?
My week, my week was pretty good. Earlier this week, I substituted at the elementary school in the gym. I only did that so I could wear sweatpants to school, and that was good. And it was actually really easy. And I think honestly, I had more fun than the kids playing with the big parachute. So yeah, that was my week.
I always like playing with the parachute.
Oh, listen, I
Yeah.
did enjoy when we would get to gym and the parachute would be out. I can't lie.
Can
So,
y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, swing back to Kelvin. How was your week?
I apologize. But week started off pretty good on Monday, but Tuesday locked my keys in the car on my way to work. So
Ooh.
I mean, I had got up early too, and I normally don't get up early. I was on time. I was rocking and rolling. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
always when you're actually ready.
Man, listen, I felt good about myself. I got up, got all my stuff. I was like, where my keys? Go outside,
In the
frost all over the car, put the flashlight in there, keys in the ignition. No spare. Got to
I don't
call
know
the
where the
insurance
spare
company.
key is
I
at.
don't know where it's at. So call the insurance company. I figured they weren't going to be here for another hour or so I just called it a day. But other than that, the rest of the week went fine, went beautiful.
Well, most
Alright.
importantly, we made it through another week.
Yeah, for sure.
We did.
That's the best.
Yeah, we did.
One more week to 2024.
You said
One
one more.
more week, one more month.
One more week down till we get to,
Oh.
like the countdown.
Oh,
It's
okay.
more than
Gotcha.
1 week. Come on.
I was
Y'all
about
know
to
we at
say.
least got 3 weeks. No, 4. It's December 1st.
Yeah.
I mean, tomorrow will probably be January 1st anyway.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just saying.
Yeah. Well, by the time we go to bed Sunday night, we already on
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, so
Right.
it don't matter.
Let's get into this week's hot topic. So first up is Adidas. I'm gonna say Adidas versus Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was asked on Twitter, do you think Kevin Durant would ever wear Anthony Edwards Adidas sneakers?
Who is Anthony Edwards? I don't know. Is it just me? But I don't know who Anthony Edwards is.
Kelvin, tell us. Lord, we done lost Kelvin again.
Yo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
how y'all keep, I be talking, how y'all keep losing me like that?
I don't know.
Man, anyway, Anthony Edwards is another basketball player. I'm guessing he got a signature shoe deal through Adidas, and them Jones is ugly. So Kevin Durant said he would never wear them joints.
Yeah, he retweeted back and said, "Won't ever see me put a big toe in them MFers." So then Adidas responds and says, "You Dusty, about to retire soon anyway."
Oh, wait a minute. Adidas called him Dusty.
Yes,
Yes.
Oh,
What? Who
They
managing the Adidas account?
somebody a
Adidas,
savage.
That's on Twitter. You Dusty about to retire soon anyway.
A
And
savage.
They got
before
fired.
it was
They got
deleted,
fired.
before it was deleted, it got 17,000 likes and 477,000 views.
And then they
How do you
said,
call him Dusty?
So that was the whole story with Kevin Durant. Crazy. Honestly, it's been a thing where like brands will respond on Twitter like And
But
then
I always wondered if there were real accounts though.
No,
I think it
they
is.
hired
McDonald's and
people.
Wendy's be going back and forth in there.
They legit accounts?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think so.
They hire people to do their social media, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
The corporate people don't know what's going on, but they probably got a social media team, and they probably got a wild boy on there.
But now I
Like
want to go see
Savage
what the
Tweets.
shoes look like. Said they're whose shoes?
Anthony
Anthony
Edwards.
Edwards,
And they what Adidas?
Adidas,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me see.
Let
What
us
they
know
look like.
Oh. I wouldn't put my big toe in these either. Let me show y'all. They got what is that going around it? Is it like silicone or something?
Nah, is that the shoe?
That's the shoe, yeah.
Oh my God,
That's the one that came. Yeah, coming soon. That's the shoe. You see, it's
Oh,
like
them-
rubber or something going around.
them Jones is trash. You know what they kind of look like? Them
The Kobe's.
them Kobe's, yeah.
Yeah, they do kind of look like that. I thought that too.
Yeah, them Jones ain't hitting no enough.
All right. Next topic on the list is Jeannie Mai versus Jeezy. My bad. Jeannie Mai claims Jeezy cheated, and their prenup says it'll cost him in the divorce.
Why she ain't say something about this early in the game? Why is this just coming out after all?
Well,
How
what
long
is-
has it been?
yeah,
It's been
minute.
like two months, maybe.
It's been a minute.
Well, what does it mean it'll cost him in a divorce? I mean, that's very vague. Cost him what? Money? I mean,
I'm gonna read you the description of this post. So it says Jeannie Mai has sent a response to Jeezy's divorce petition, strongly implying that he was unfaithful to her. She asserts that this alleged infidelity will significantly impact the prenuptial agreement and the allocation of their assets. Based on the legal documents obtained by TMZ, Jeannie strongly suggests that her separated spouse is culpable of infidelity.
I thought they didn't have a prenup.
Oh, I don't know nothing about it, whether they did or not. Her lawyer writes, wife reserves the right to amend this counterclaim to add other grounds for divorce.
yeah, I guess they never really said before when it first came out that they were splitting. They never said why. So now she's saying that he was.
Yeah, it didn't
cheating.
say why. But honestly, like, she made it very clear before she even got married and had kids that she didn't want to get married and didn't want to have kids. Then she met him, got married, had kids, now they're...
I mean, sometimes people change their minds, right? They may say they don't want to get married and have kids, and maybe they find the right person. They feel like they want to do that.
The next topic is our beloved Keke Palmer and
Oh.
Darius Jackson. They postponed their court date for the restraining order until they resolve issues in mediation.
I got a little clip from the podcast that she did with Dr. Drew. It was just a clip on Instagram. She didn't really go into what happened between them or the abuse or whatever. I know that there's been some clips or videos of from a home security camera or something, him hitting her or pushing her or something like that. She didn't really talk about that, but in the clip that I saw with Dr. Drew, she's just saying, is it possible that people who are abusive, do they have some mental health issues? And she didn't really go into much of her own issues that were going on, but I'll play it for you guys. Let's take a listen to it and see what she's saying.
I wanted to also talk to you about, which is, you talk about abuse, right?
Yeah.
Abuse comes from many different things. But I think this is the problem when people find themselves in abusive dynamics, is what you just said. I have compassion. I know where this is coming from. You know, you're not a terrible person. You're just dealing with this thing that makes you respond this way. But it's interesting because abuse, quote unquote, the action of abuse is seen the same way as narcissism. And it's also not really seen as a mental health issue, right? It's kind of like people don't deem an abusive person as somebody that's struggling with mental health issues. And yet, are they? Because to hurt somebody and to go so far, something
Yes.
got to be wrong in your mind, right?
1,000%. That's absolutely true. And it can be a lot of different things that set that up, right? It can be
Right.
addiction. It can be, with your own trauma.
So it's like,
But you're absolutely correct that so what you're getting at, I know you want to talk about boundaries, and this is a really interesting place to enter the conversation, because when someone is in an abusive relationship and they're the victim of the abuse and they tell themselves, oh, but I know he's such a great guy, he's so sensitive and I have this special understanding that he was abused. That, I don't know if
It's
you
so
are
bad,
okay with
actually.
it. That is BS.
that's
That is
the wrong thing to
total-
do.
That is a boundary problem. But you're absolutely
So that's
correct.
the clip,
So
right?
what you're
So
getting at-
I think that, I guess I'm curious to see what you guys think. Do you think that people who are abusive, is it a mental problem that they have, or is it a control thing? Is it maybe something that they saw in their own life, growing up through parents or relatives or caretakers or something like that? Or, I mean, what are your thoughts on abuse as it relates to mental health?
I would have to say, and it goes both ways, of a person that may be the abuser and the person that may be on the receiving end. So I would say the person that may be on the receiving end could be someone who suffers from mental illness as far as anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, etc. May um, seek out a companion who is overbearing, has these tendencies to be possessive, which sometimes can lead to abuse. And they don't realize they seek out these people because, one, they themselves are feeling that they have the low self-esteem, depression. These people who often portray these behaviors are often also the ones that saying, "Oh, I love you. I need you. I can't live without you." Da, da, da. So that person is seeking those affirmations, and they kind of get wrapped up into that. While this person who is giving those words that they want to hear is actually exhibiting abusive behaviors because they become possessive, this and that, whatever. Now, a person that exhibits those behaviors, it does not necessarily have to stem from a mental health issue. Some people just have these behaviors because, like you had said, it's something that they may have seen growing up themselves as to how they may treat their partner, whether it's female or male. But yes, there are mental health illnesses that can contribute to abusive tendency, if that makes sense. So.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And just to go back on, something that you just said with the person that's on the receiving end of the abuse, right? So they may, have the low self-esteem, or they may have some internal struggles or things like that. And they seek out the attention. Unfortunately, it could be negative attention, right? So the person is telling them all the things that they want to hear.
Exactly.
It's kind of like I forget what it's called, but it is a narcissistic behavior. They tell them the things that they want to hear to keep them hanging on, but then they treat them, badly and abuse them or use them. But it's like gaslighting them, and you keep them just enough to hang around. So I think, but the person on the receiving end of that, they may have the low self-esteem. They may want to hear those validations. Maybe they didn't hear those things growing up. Maybe they have, something. But I think part of it too, I saw another post about something else talking about loving yourself, right? And I think, Damien had made a post earlier this week about his own struggles and things and about loving himself. So I think that that's important. And I know people always say, "Oh, I love myself, but do you really love yourself? And I think that, and this is just me talking, but I think that if the person loves themselves, at some point you're going to set that boundary and say enough is enough, whether it be after the first time, after the second time, after whatever it is. And some people, unfortunately, never set that boundary, and they never actually love themselves enough to leave or to set that boundary. And some people die in it, unfortunately. But I think that, loving yourself is very important. And as far as the person who's doing the abuse, I agree that to some extent it could be a mental illness if they have something going on in their lives. But I think that too, it could be them, portraying what some of it is environmental. It could be the environment that they grew up. And some people grow up in that environment and they're like, "I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be like my dad. I'm not going to be like my mom. I'm not going to do it." And they still end up being that, maybe not intentionally. They try so hard not to be until they are, or they go the complete other direction, polar opposite, and they're, on the complete other end of the spectrum.
What you speak to that is what we call a learned behavior.
Yeah.
You're so immersed in it and that you don't realize that, this is not normal behavior. That was your norm. And like you said, and you can say, "I am not going to do X, Y, and Z when I have my own family." And sometimes you may fall into those habits. And I mean, because it's natural. But you have to, once you realize that, wait a minute, I'm doing the same thing that I saw my parents do growing up. You have to correct it. And I'll speak for myself. My thing, I'm never gonna argue in front of my kids. Because I saw it growing up, and I stand to that to this day. If we have to have words, first of all, I'm gonna wait till I calm down. Because I'm a strong believer of you put your words out, you can't
take them back.
Yeah. And when I'm upset, my goal is to be hurtful. And and if I love you, I'm never gonna want to hurt you. So I'm gonna choose my words carefully. And if I have to wait 1 to 5 business days before I speak,
Definitely that.
I have learned to do that,
Yeah.
because you just can't take those words back. And I mean, I can go back to years of things that have been said, and it can still spark an emotion because that hurt.
Yeah, trauma doesn't go away.
Yeah,
Trauma
it
doesn't go
doesn't.
away. And that people
You
often
can,
Yeah.
think time
yeah,
passes and you're okay. No, like
no, it doesn't.
you can bury it and your body and your mind can go into a protect mode, and to you it'll be as if it never happened. You won't think about it. It didn't exist. It didn't happen until one small thing could just trigger you. And that trauma is still there and it comes back. Your brain does not know that this happened 10 years ago. It's as if it just happened just now.
People say time heals and all of that type of stuff, but time really doesn't heal. It just allows you to figure out how to cope with the situation better.
Yeah.
And how to maybe cover it up better and hide it from the people around you. So time doesn't just erase.
It doesn't just magically disappear.
Right.
I was gonna say, I don't remember when I suppressed 2 years of my life from 1990 to 92, but I did. And it was like years after that, like I was out of high school and everything. And I can't remember, like you said, what made me remember those 2 years. And I just, I had to like, oh my God, I had completely blocked those 2 years out of my life because I did not want to remember that period in time.
Yeah, your brain does that to protect you.
Yeah. It's amazing. And guess what I did after I remembered it? I
Forgot it.
Because
But it's going to come back. I mean, it'll still come back. And if we're not careful, like I go to therapy right now. I've been in therapy for probably a good year consistently, but on and off total for 2 years. And things have come up in therapy that I thought that, oh, I'm good. That's not bothering me. But really it is. And you don't realize it's bothering you until you just be randomly out. And I could see somebody and I could feel all that tension and anxiety because it's not the person that I think it is, but they look like somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of like takes you right back there. And yeah, I mean, just, speaking from my own experience, talking about growing up and stuff like that, but one thing that mom probably indirectly taught me was to hang in there, right? Stay in there. It's going to be okay. Work through it. It's going to be okay. And I found myself doing that in relationships as I got older. Like, oh, it's going to be okay. Like, all I got to do is show this person that I'm this and I'm that. And they'll eventually come around. I'm going to hang in here. I'm going to stay. It's all right. No, it's not all right. And it's okay not to be all right. Right. And it took me a long time to learn that until to my own detriment almost. Like I was really miserable, really unhappy. Physically, it was, the stress of it was popping up in different areas of my life and my body. And just, it was not good. It wasn't physically abusive, but it was mentally, emotionally abusive. And sometimes that's just as bad as physical.
It can almost be worse.
Yeah.
Because I put it like this, you should never dread having to come to your own house.
Yeah.
Your home should be your safe place.
Your safe place.
But you should never have to be like, oh, I don't even want to walk through the store right now.
Talk about car therapy.
Yeah.
Just drive around and waste gas. Sit in the car. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, I think, mental health and just talking about things like that in therapy and how it impacts us. It's kind of taboo in the Black community. And it's like, oh, you all right. Like, you don't need to go to therapy. You don't need to do this or just pray about it. I believe in God. I believe in prayer, but I also believe in action. And we have to make it okay for people to
not be okay.
Yeah. And get help. Seek help if you need it. Yeah. Your help is not always going to be found in your best friend. I mean, it's good to talk to them, but they probably going to encourage you to set the house on fire. Yeah. Not give you tools to talk you off the ledge,
Coping
yeah.
tools. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for y'all. So if you say you notice like a close friend of yours is maybe on either side of what Kiki Palmer was explaining, like the person being abused or the person being abusive, how do you recommend as a friend you come to that person and be like, hey, I'm noticing this? Like, what do you say?
It could definitely be a very touchy situation because I'll go back to my college days and we had friend couples who definitely had some abusive tendencies, and we would tell her you gotta separate yourself, and the guy was also, you know, we were all in the same cohort of friends. Um, and so I mean, it went without saying over and over again. And we all just got to a point, it was just like, it is what it is at this point because, you know, we had, you know, multiple times over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those situations where you can say what you want to say, but until that person themselves is ready to step away, be done with it,
There's really nothing you
it's
can do.
nothing you can do about it. So, like in the healthcare setting, we are mandated to report abuse on children and the elderly. Your regular young adult, middle age, you know, it's up either, you know, and we'll say, do you want us to, if that person says no, then there's nothing that we can do because apparently you are of sound mind. Of course, a child, nope, you don't get that choice. We're going to report it. And a person over 65, you know, that's having elderly abuse, nope, we have to report it. But anybody else, we can say, do you want us to do? If they say no, that's it. Because that person has to be the driver of it to say, I need to step away. I need to get away. So
Yeah. Another thing with that too is you gotta be careful because you don't want to be so persistent with because you can push them away, right? Because like Rika said, the
Right.
last thing that they're not going to change or do anything different until they're ready to. And if you keep coming at them, you'll push them away, and then they aren't going to tell you anything. They aren't going to talk to you, and you might be the only person or one of the few people that they confide in, or you know, can come to, or whatever. So it's a really, you know, it's a thin line when it comes to that. I mean, I think if you notice something, you definitely should, you know, find a way to approach it and just say, you know, hey, I noticed whatever. If you feel comfortable, if you feel like your relationship is, you know, at that point where you can say something to them. If they say no, they're good or whatever, just make it known that, you know, you're there for support if they need anything, etc. But all right, anything else on that topic? If not, I do
no,
have one
I
other
think
thing
that
I
was
want
it.
to talk about. All right, so
Okay.
I know we're coming into the getting close to the new year, and we're all probably going to start making New Year's resolutions soon. Before we get into the New Year's resolutions, like I'm struggling personally with like staying motivated. So my question is like just motivated in general, whether it be motivated for working out, motivated for anything, doing this podcast. Like I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing it. I'm just gonna go lay down. I'm constantly tired. So like what do you guys do to help you stay motivated? What works for you?
I'm gonna tell you, it used to be friendly competition. Ha, that doesn't motivate me anymore.
Cause she
Um,
don't pay up. That's why.
it used to be, you know, a little bit of change. That don't motivate me anymore. I'm gonna tell you right now,
Cause she don't pay up. That's why.
that don't have.
Exactly.
I'm just not motivated.
So
Cause if
y'all
you ain't
have
gonna
friendly
pay up,
competition amongst yourselves?
Yeah, we always
we try to, but every time I win, I don't get paid.
Kelvin sound like he might be a little salty. Like you might owe him some money.
I mean,
a little bit. But Kelvin says he
Little
is
bit.
he is back. He's motivated. He's found his mojo
Oh,
again.
yeah. Absolutely.
So I mean, you know, we have a gym in the house, and I just avoid the basement like it's the place. You know, last year actually I started December of 2021 is when I started. We was doing a competition at the daycare, and
Oh yeah, I remember
yeah,
that.
so we started with that. That was kind of like a push off, and I had went to the doctor, and
That I won.
Kelvin did win that.
Did you get your money?
Absolutely. $550.
He
Oh,
got
that's a good payout.
yeah. So I had went to the doctor. My cholesterol numbers were high. My A1C was elevated, and so I was right on the line for pre-diabetic, and the doctor wanted to put me on medication for my cholesterol, and I said absolutely not. And I'm like, you know, I'm a healthcare provider. I really know the side effects of statins, and no, give me 6 months, you know, and I'm gonna do right. So actually, I started late February. I ordered my Peloton bike. I got it in March, but I had started already working out in February. And from that point on, I worked out every day until August. We even went on a cruise, and I worked out on the cruise. Okay,
Yep.
but for almost 7 months, I worked out every day. And I mean, when I worked out, I was working out 2 to 3 times a day. And I kept the weight off until about 5 months ago, and now it's come back with a vengeance. So I'm really trying to
No
find
doubt. For real.
that motivation again, because it is nothing worse. I'm not concerned about the number on the scale. I care about how I feel and look at my clothes. And right
Right
now,
there.
I am not comfortable in any of my clothes. Like if one more roll pop up on my back, I'm gonna lose my mind. But but I do know because again, I got my blood work done and my cholesterol numbers are up again. I have a love of cheese.
Well, we
But
know from the macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving.
shut up.
It always comes back to haunt us.
No, cheese and macaroni.
Yeah. But even a few months ago, the three of us, we were doing our little meal thing. And even the 3 weeks that I was diligent with it, Mika, okay, maybe you didn't really start.
Oh no, I did not.
Yeah, but myself,
I
John,
didn't think you was including her anyway.
yeah, and
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Because I was just on the text thread for support.
Yeah.
so, but even for those 3 weeks of really clean eating, we did our protein, vegetable, and a healthy fat, and we all can say that we had positive results from that. With me, I am a person, and this is with anything. This not only with food, but anything. I cannot veer from a plan. Don't give me any wiggle room. I'm the person that can't have the cheat meal. I can't. But
Okay.
I have to remain steadfast and focused,
Unmovable,
unmovable.
abounding.
Always abounding.
Another word of God. So yeah, I can't. No, that one little cookie or that day when I get my slice of pizza. Well, guess what? The next day I'm gonna have an excuse. It's just like a drug. Food
Is a drug.
Food is
Sugar.
addictive.
I'm addicted to sugar.
Yes,
and Starbucks.
And so I can't. So when I start on something,
Chipotle.
I have to be all the way in it. So with that being said, I have to get back on the track.
Well,
Overall,
Kelvin, what was your thing to get you going? You just jump into it? What was your motivation to get back into working out?
Just got tired of the way I was looking and feeling. That's it. I just get to a point where I'm gonna start this date, and that's what happened. I told myself and other people after Thanksgiving, I'm gonna eat Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna eat that weekend. That Monday, I'm back working out. So I've been back working out since Monday. I've been doing my smoothies to eliminate one of my meals. Bought a juicer on Black Friday. So
Oh yeah, did y'all
I'ma
try
jump
it yet?
Not
no,
yet,
it's still in the box.
but I'm gonna jump into it though. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's I'm motivated. I'm with it.
You know, I have all those health problems too. My cholesterol is a little high. I already take blood pressure meds. My A1C is pre-diabetic. And you would think, like, all right, get your life together because you already know the family history. Like, you don't want to, this is a slippery slope you on right now. But it's just, until they tell me they got to cut off an arm, I feel like that's going to be it. Like,
my
I'm
God.
be struggling.
Not that extreme.
I mean, ma'am, you might lose a foot. Okay, let me try to lose some weight now. Like, it's just like I can't get myself together. I don't know. But I do want to, I was thinking about, starting back juicing too. But the only thing about that, that may not work for me because of the sugar. But I bought this nice Peloton. It has a beautiful screen. I even got the swivel and it sits over here and collects dust. So I got to find something to get myself. Just
I'm telling you, you need a nice challenge, man. A nice challenge will get you back in the business, man. A nice challenge.
I would say what helps me is having a group. Like we had, the group was good.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like
But when my
accountability.
group starts slipping, it just gets like I'm the last one. Like it's like I might as well just have the Chipotle too. So yeah.
Get me, John.
So the group,
Get me.
I can't even put it all on y'all though because mom was steadfast, unmovable. The way
She was on her own doing it.
Yeah.
She was doing
and
it.
she was in my house, and so I really don't have that much of an excuse to not. Having a group definitely helps me, and just like accountability partner or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can dig that.
let's as a collective, let's really commit and hold each other accountable.
And let's not wait till January to start.
Oh no, we can't wait till January.
We can make small incremental
Join
changes
me.
now.
I'm already doing it. What y'all doing?
Well,
Right.
I do like intermittent fasting, so I'm gonna.
That was
Intermittent fasting
I
is the
did like
bomb.
that.
Yeah. So I'm going.
I gotta find something that's sustainable long term. I don't know if I can. I mean, I guess intermittent fasting is a way
Intermittent
to
fasting
jumpstart.
is long term. You can
It
do
is.
that.
It really is.
Once you
I
get
gotta
used
do
to it,
something.
Once you get used to it, then you good. Once
Every
your body
muscle in
get
my
used to it.
body hurt. My hip been hurting for like 3 weeks.
That's inflammation.
My back is tight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to pick up Ari is a struggle. She gained, Ari, she's probably close to 30 pounds now. Like I can't pick her up. And the dietitian, the weight loss doctor told me, oh, you should just use her as a weight. Ma'am, why are you telling me something the stupidest
She
thing?
did not say that.
Yes, she did. You could use your daughter as a weight. Just pick her up. She would think it's hilarious. And that's why I canceled all my appointments after that. I did not go back.
Man, all you need to do is walk and
Why would
portion
she say
control. Tell them,
Portion
walk.
control, yeah. And
Walk
sugar,
and-
like,
and
I'm serious.
Portion
When I
control.
say I have an addiction to sugar, I'm not exaggerating. Right now at my desk, I have this, I went to the grocery store today. They had these buy one, get one free Chex Mix cookies and cream. And I got 2 boxes of them. And how much sugar is in here?
I thought
You
you was
don't
gonna
have
say
to
2
get all
bars.
that.
Oh,
That's what I
John,
thought.
John,
2
don't-
bars. She
Don't
said
judge my
boxes.
life. Don't judge my life.
And then her
I thought
desk,
she was gonna say
boxes.
2 bars.
Okay, the boxes are not at my desk. I bought 2 boxes. It has 10 grams of sugar in this little bar. Okay, I gotta do better. All right, so let's commit and agree that we will check in with each other, try to make small changes, and then in January.
Let's put some bread up.
Money is not a motivator for me because I'll just pay the money out. Like it is what it is. I'm gonna lose this $100.
Terrible.
But I mean, I'm all for it. If that, if it helps, I'll throw in some.
It's obviously not gonna help you. You just said money's not a motivator, so
It's not
what's the point?
But it might help somebody else.
That's a wait. It'll help me because money is always a motivator. So, but I'm already motivated. So I'm trying to get something. Y'all need to find something to motivate yourselves, and I'll just fall in line. I'm already with it.
The fact that I couldn't wear my scrub top today because it was too tight, that should be motivation enough.
I can't fit clothes. I tried on something yesterday that I could fit when I was bigger. I mean, I did lose some weight. I have kept some of it off, but I could fit a top when I was bigger. I could fit it, and now I can't. So I'm like, the fat has come back in different areas of my body, and that is discouraging. I wish I could tell the fat where to go. But I just need motivation and weight loss and just life. Like, yeah, like do y'all use planners? Like I tried a whole planner thing. It works for a few weeks and then.
Yeah, I do have my new planner, and we'll see how long, it goes forth because I've never really gotten past 2 months of using a planner.
And I'm gonna try to use my old new budget book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bought Kelvin a budget.
I've had it for a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
But first of the year, I'm gonna get.
I need to
I'm
do
gonna
that
get
too
busy with that.
because
Yeah,
I be out
I'm
here
gonna get diligent with that.
balling on a budget, like,
Yeah.
and it ain't really on a budget. I just be spending money
Spending money.
When you back the car out, that's $150 right there.
right there.
It
I
used to be
don't even got to
100,
back the car out. All I gotta do is unlock my phone, okay? Because online shopping has
Something
taken
you like.
over my life.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that package is showing up every day. I'm
You
like,
know
oh, what
what?
is this?
You know what? My online shopping is actually safer for me because I can online shop and I can put anything in that basket. I don't have to check out. It's
You don't have
something
to
about
check out.
shopping and putting it in the basket. I feel like I've shopped. Children's Place, Gap.
So you
If I open
window
any
shop
of those-
online.
Yep. If I
Yes.
open those apps right now, everything got something in the cart.
Nah, see, I can't do that because once I look at something,
me neither.
nah. Once I look at it, I start thinking about it. And then once
I
I
gotta
start
have it.
thinking about it, I gotta have it.
You gotta
Don't let
have
me
it.
watch a YouTube video on it. A done deal.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
in my hands
For
at that point.
For sure. That's what happened to me. I bought some new AirPods today. I was making the decision whether I was going to buy them or not. Last night, I watched the video and I was like, yep, it's time sealed, delivered. I'm going to get them tomorrow. And I did.
Gotta have it.
You
The
think
influence is strong.
But if I go to the store and I want to buy something, I'm going to buy it. Now, I am also the person that I can see something. Kelvin will tell you. I will
Set
do
a
this.
price. She was set
Yeah,
a
I've
price.
seen you do
And
that.
it better be dead on. If it's 5 cents over, she ain't buying it. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I will say, this is $25. Oh, I'm buying it. And I have picked it up and it would be $25.50. I can't get it. Kelvin
She
be like,
putting that joke
are
down.
you serious?
It's
I said
50 cents.
$25. I'm not paying 50 cents more for it. And I won't buy it.
She won't
That's
not.
when I'm on that. But it's like one
So
time
you need that discipline with dieting.
I
Right.
do. but I don't.
If it's over 300 calories, I'm not gonna eat it.
Right.
But
Do better. I spend most of my money on tech gadgets and sneakers. So those Jordan Gratitude 11s came out the other day. I bought them. I had them. I tried them on, and I was like, oh, I might need a half a size bigger. So I was like, I'm gonna wait till the general release. I'm gonna try to get them. So I sent them back. I was like, I'm not gonna keep them. I sent them back, and I'm not gonna get them again because one, I don't need no more shoes. I literally have no more closet space. It's ridiculous. I have
How
a
many
shoe
pair of
addiction.
shoes do you have?
I don't know. I stopped counting. I do have a lot of shoes I haven't worn. I went through my closet and donated like 8 pair the other day, and I sold 3 pair.
it's
I
only
have a lot of
360
shoes I haven't worn.
It's only 365 days in a year.
I have a lot of shoes, and I don't get to wear them because I don't really wear sneakers to work. We can, but I don't really wear sneakers to work. And then
You
I
don't
really
go nowhere. You work most of the
Yeah.
time. We don't
I
go
don't
nowhere.
go
You work
nowhere.
most of the time.
Yeah, so I sent them back, and I felt really good about sending those shoes back. I was like, I'm sending them back. I'm not buying anymore. I have a pair that looks very similar to this. I'm not buying anymore.
I mean,
I'm not
everybody
buying them
spend
more
their money on stuff.
The budget is a good idea, Kelvin. Thank you for sharing that. I think I might try that out.
When I got my iPad and the Apple Pencil, that helped me. I use GoodNotes, and that's how I
Yeah.
manage like my assignments for school and stuff.
John, I tried the electronic planner because that's why I bought it. And then I kept losing the pen. Okay. And I was like, you know what? This is too much.
It
for me.
sticks to the side of the iPad.
When you buy a bootleg one, it doesn't. Okay.
Well, there you go.
There you have it.
See? Because
Trying to save a dollar.
Right. I think we all agree that we'll try to do better with our diet, eating and exercising, moving our bodies. Let's check in with each other in 2 weeks and see how we're doing.
I'm gonna finish this
Okay.
Chipotle I just bought before this episode, and then we can get
But you
going.
know what? We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it back.
I'm gonna give y'all before we go on this day in history fact. So on this day in 1955, Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to move to the back of the bus.
December 1st,
1955.
1955. Was that
On this
68
day,
years ago?
is that 68? Yes.
68. Mhm.
And then on this day in 1913, Ford Motor Company started the world's first moving assembly line for the Model T Ford.
All right, y'all. I think that's it for tonight.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 2 of the Let's Rap About It podcast. Hope you enjoyed our conversation, banter, family talk, all of that. I was joined tonight by Jonathan, Kelvin, Mika, and Rika. And yeah, with that being said, we out.
Y'all have a good
Good
night.
night.
Peace.
If you are a victim of abuse or domestic violence, or if you yourself are an abuser and are seeking to change, contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. Once again, that's 1-800-799-7233. You may also chat with them live by texting START to 88788. Once again, that's START, START, to 88788. You can also check out their website at thehotline.org. We all need help sometimes, and that's okay.